So, be honest, what did you actually think of the film?
I suppose the judgment of whether a film is good or bad is actually whether you want to find out what happens at the end. And from very much the beginning, I thought, yes, how is this going to unfold? What are we going to see? What's going to be the final scene? And it was, there was very good indeed. I think there was a sort of building up a tension and a climax all the way through. I think initially the first thing I sort of picked up was the music was very good indeed. I think the acting was good. I thought the script was good. I don't think there was anything that was the downside, and I felt it was a real privilege to be probably the first person like yourselves to see it in the state, the cut it was. But I think it was a really impressive performance for everybody that played a part.
When you said you felt it build up from the beginning, do you reckon you could have called it? Did you think straight away, yeah, it could be?
I think in films today, you sometimes know who's the baddie from the very beginning. But that doesn't stop the tension rising to see whether the baddie is caught or how the baddie ends up or whether the baddie gets away with it. I suppose I've never done such a job as a critic before, but I think it was quite a dark tale and probably quite a moral tale. Sort of the moral being perhaps be a bit nicer to your lecturers. I think might be a good start, unless they or you end up shooting them. But he seems to have got the worst of both deals really.
Were there any particular moments that you liked?
I thought the slow motion bit was particularly good. I wouldn't, despite requests, I wouldn't cut that from cut that at the final edit. And the makeup was very good indeed, and I know you sort of got people in to do that, and it certainly looked as though if that's what a stabbing looks like, it looks pretty great.
Well, we really enjoy doing this and working practically and stuff. What do you think of that kind of learning alternatively to academic studies?
As it happens, I went to college exactly similar to this one myself to do engineering rather than maybe or whatever. And I think the confidence it gives you, perhaps being in a different environment from school, is really useful, and it's a good transition between school and perhaps the workplace. I think doing more practical things, certainly things like the project management, is very important to know what deadlines are, know how the challenges you've got to meet, working together as a team, everybody having different roles in the team and still coming out with a really good product at the end is good skills for life, whether you go into this field at the end or you go into something else. It's really useful to be able to know what your part is, what your role is, and how you can actually play a useful part in actually building the whole party.
You've just given your views on what you think of the media course, but what do you think of how it fits into government's plans for education?
Well, I don't know about that so much. I don't think we can sort of judge course by course, but I certainly think what I've seen today, what I've seen from the students and young people involved in what you're trying to do, it is a really skills for life. Whether it's a skills for this course, the key to success is confidence, and I think a lot of you have shown some really good levels of confidence. It looks as though you can get out there and do something really worthwhile, and I think this is a good step. It's whether it's something you do to earn money, or it's something that you do as an interest, or it's something you just do as an understanding the next time you go into the cinema. I think it's a great thing to do, and I fully support it.
With BTEC courses being equivalent to GCSEs and A-levels, universities still seem to be more favourable towards GCSEs and A-levels. What do you think about that?
Well, as it happens, I went to university on the back of an OND, BTEC OND, so I am familiar with the route that you're taking. It took me a while in life to get the career that I wanted to get, but as we were saying, the practical skills that you developed through college, through this type of course, have an equal merit to something that is more theoretical. I think these are complementary skills. They're not exclusive. I don't think necessarily one is necessarily better than the other. I think it depends very much on the individual who's going through the course, going through that life experience themselves.
So if Colin made a sequel, Would you come and see it in the cinema?
Yeah, very much, and I must apologise for not being available for when you're doing the proper showing. I would have really liked to, but we were able, through your team, to be able to have the opportunity to come and see your own private showing, which is a real, as I say, a real privilege. I enjoyed it very much. I think we'll go away, another part of a view of what it makes a good film is, do you remember it by the time you walked out of the cinema? I assure you I'll remember it for a while, yeah.
Cool. Thank you.